welcome to another camp. We're in perfect crocodilius territory here. We're slightly different to Dartmoor. We're not south, we're not really north, we're west. We're in the land of the, is it the daffodil or something they got here? We're in the land of the daffodil, if that is what they have here. Sunny Wales, as you can see. The Welsh obviously like the the Welsh obviously like the English, because they've welcomed an Englishman with beautiful sunny weather. It's really not very nice at all. It's not, I mean, it is rain. You can't say it's not raining, but it's more misty rain, you know, than actual rain as such. We're heading uphill. We're just being a little bit careful on this track, because it seems like they've got something going on at the lake at the top. I don't know what's going on, but there's something happening, and there's a lot of heavy lorries and things up and down. Well, I don't know about a lot, but they've certainly had a few. But it's really not very nice weather at all. Supposed to be better tomorrow, but we're heading up to Linny Fan, careful, Fac, and Linny Fan Fork. But we're basically we're gonna do both. We're gonna do both. We're gonna do both lins. I'm not sure how Lynn likes being done, but we're going to do both lins, and then basically, so we're going to do both lins, and then we're going to come over the top. Fucking hell. and then we're going to come around the top and head back. Obviously, it's a walk you could do in I mean, realistically, you could probably do it in a day. I don't think it's impossible to do it in a day. We're going to do it over 3 nights. So we're basically going to get to the reservoir lake thing, and then take a left-hand turn. So the reservoir is probably, or the loch or lake, is probably somewhere up there, and you can just see the top over there in the mist. But my plan is to go around, maybe to the top of this valley or the top of a valley, over in that direction, and camp. So today we will have seen Linny Fac, not Fork. Tomorrow we will see Linny Fork, And then Friday we will camp the other side of Lynn's Fork, maybe on the top, but I think the forecast is quite breezy, so probably not. Also, if you're on the top, there's more chance, being that we're waking up Saturday up there, that there'll be people around, so we don't want that. And then basically Saturday, it's the long walk across the top and back down the other side. So ironically, the most walking will be at the end, but then hopefully we will have rested and recharged by the time we get to that point. But it's really quite miserable weather today. God. Oh, thank you, Wales. This is really what we needed today. Well, our view of Fuck. I don't know these stupid Welsh names. And Welsh people, oh God's sake, don't be insulted. I insulted a Welsh person once before. God's sake, don't be insulted by me, for goodness sake. Fanny's Lock over there. It's God alone knows what they're doing. Are they making it bigger? Is that what they're doing? Are they making it bigger? So are they trying to make you got a bigger fanny? Oh, Tony, try and behave for once, will you? But it looks like they're trying to make the fanny bigger or something. I don't know. But it looks pretty dry and pretty low. And here now you can't see anything around here. All we can see is that Lassie has found more water. So clearly we now go in this direction and say goodbye to all of the building work and everything, you know, that's going on over there. Oh, let's see. Oh, God. She fell over her own feet. Oh, God, let's see. I'm not sure if that was on camera or not. So basically, we're going to walk around here, maybe to the second, get away from being too close to here, maybe to the second or third water source, and basically try and pitch camp, I think. Just missed it, but a little sparrow just landed down here. I expect some of you will remember the programme Grace and Favour, but every time I see a sparrow, I always remember, what's her name? I can't think of her name now, it really is that long ago. And she gets into bed with Mr. Maltert. Oh, what a name. And she says she's got me up before sparrow fat. Every time I see a sparrow, I always, well, not every time, but quite often, I remember that comment in Grace and Favour. Who remembers Grace and Favour? Comments below. Okay, well, we're heading in this direction. We either want the top of that valley. I don't know how easy it's going to be to find a pitch up here. Maybe not too bad. We're kind of, all right. Well, the path that was the main path. I think that way, heading over in that direction. We don't really need to follow a path. We can just, we just really want to go, we just want to be near that over there, really. Doesn't really matter where we go. We've got plenty of time. We could literally just go anywhere. Now we're up here, but we're heading that direction over there. And really now, we're really just looking for camp. I think we clearly need to get out of this valley here, because clearly this valley is the workman's valley, although they're not going to get over here anyway, but we want to get away from this valley. So we want to get over that lump over there, and then really we'll just have a look around and see what we see. Okay, another question for you then. So I've not bothered putting my kilt on. If I'd have put my kilt on, it probably would have kept the top part of my trousers and my underwear dry. But when I left the car, it was dry, and it's only as I've started coming up that it's really started to get quite wet and unpleasant. So quite answers below in the comments. You got wet trousers, wet underwear. Obviously for me, just put them on tomorrow. Maybe they'll dry a bit tonight in the tent, probably not much, and maybe they'll dry a bit before we get going tomorrow, because it's supposed to be dry tomorrow for the most part. But what do other people do? What do you do? Do you put the same stuff on? Do you wear a kilt? Do you wear waterproof trousers? Do you bring 10 spare pair of clothes? Okay, well that's the mighty great big hill, so we'll be up top of that on Saturday, maybe Friday night, but probably Saturday. So we've walked the grand total of 3 and a bit kilometers. The Beacon Way is just over there. It's going to be a very easy walk around, just following that path the next few days, so it's really not going to be complicated. There's water just down over there. We're not very close to it, so I'll make sure I've got plenty for Lassie. We've found this relatively flattish spot here. I think this is as good a place as any to pitch the Enan. I think in there, and then try and have this little patch here for cooking in, give or take. So could kind of do with the door being around there and around here. It's quite grassy. It is quite grassy, but it's quite flat. It does squish down quite a bit, so it's pretty good actually. Not too much of a problem there. So that's where we're going to put the Enan. So we'll do that first, then we'll go and get water, then we'll settle down. I've kind of even lost where, I think it was, I don't know. I've literally even lost where I was going to pick. Oh, it was over here. It's over here. I thought that was looking a bit ropey there. Yeah, I was thinking, I'm sure I found a, I was looking over there and I was thinking it just seems more lumpy bumpy now. I'm sure I found somewhere flatter than that the first time. Oh, this is really not very nice weather. I know a lot of people and a lot of you enjoy nice, you know, the winter and everything. Well, I'll look at your pack off in a minute. The winter and everything. But, I mean, admittedly, we don't really get the bugs that you get up in Scotland, which does help. But I must admit, I can't help but think that I do prefer the summer months, just preferably a little bit drier. Let's see. So that's the door there. But the weather is blowing this way straight into the door, so I'm kind of thinking probably better off having the door over there, which kind of ruins my... Let's see. But there's plenty of flat areas there for cooking, so it really doesn't matter. Right, now the door's this side now. Oh, it's really... Oh, let's see. She's only gone a... She just found a bone. Alright, so we've got it loosely pegged out. I mean, it goes up so easily. It really is I must admit, it's a very, very nice tent. Right, as the wind is coming from, I've brought smaller pegs with me this time. But they should be adequate. Along with an 8-inch groundhog. I think what I do at the other end, I use shepherd hooks because there's not going to be so much pressure on this side, because I only brought, I didn't bring maybe not quite enough of the stronger pegs, but realistically I think these shepherd hooks will hold this perfectly fine. And again, we've got a groundhog taking the full support. Oh God, I think it's going to be a case of getting this nicely pitched as well as we can. So remember, you've got to sort of tighten the lines up, but you know, don't make them too, you know, don't make them too tight. Okay, all right, so I'll have a quick look around the outside. It's maybe a little bit lopsided, but not too much. Maybe this side here just needs loosen that side off there a bit, that's better. You don't want it too tight. You want it to be able to, you want it to flex in the weather. I don't think it really matters which way the door is, because we're going to have it done up anyway, I think. Okay, I'm going to turn off. Alright, well, we're in camp, and it's very, very wet. I brought more wetting than I really, you know, planned on doing. I even took my waterproof off. Oh, I undid my waterproof and I dropped my trousers and my underwear soaked. So I'm actually literally sitting, I got nothing on my lower half at all. So that's why the camera is deliberately angled up, so you don't get an Eiffel Tower or anything like that, or the Statue of Liberty in here with me. So I'm basically going to, I think I brought a towel. I'm not even sure if I brought a towel with me today, but anyway, my shirt, even my shirt is quite damp. I think it's, I had the Gore-Tex Pack Light jacket, but I actually think it's so warm that I think that you know, the dampness is more from, you know, the warm weather, because it's quite warm. I mean, it's cool, but it's not cold. I mean, now I'm in here, you know, even though I'm absolutely soaked. Yes, Lassie is outside at the moment. She'll be all right. She can stay out there for a bit. She'll be all right for a bit. I'm just going to get myself sorted out, and then, again, obviously if it was freezing cold and snowing, you know, then I'd probably bring Lassie in. probably. But I've put myself on a foam mat, and really, so that's no other YouTuber shows you their underwear, do they? You only get underwear on a Hobbs video. You don't get that anywhere else. That's my feet. Oh. But it's not cold, thankfully, which is a good thing. I'm very sure that you can't. I'm very sure you can't see anything. If in the final edit suddenly something springs up. I did on this occasion bring the drone with me, so maybe we will be able to use that. I did bring a fleece this time, although I probably won't need it. I've got my glasses, I've got my wind shirt there. I brought a water filter this time, just in case I was having to take water from one of the reservoir lakey things, but it's probably highly unlikely that I will use it. I've taken water from a little stream just down here, and I'll drink that, it's fine. And this fuss and flap about filtering your water. I don't think I'm going to be needing sun cream today anyway. And in fact, once we're settled down in here, I'm going to get into bed once I've dried out and sorted myself out a bit. So we've got one packet of crackers. My pack weight was about 11 and a half kilograms. That includes, that's everything, just not the GoPro really, but it's power packs. I always bring extra power. I brought my own food. I've also got an expedition food and my last free pork meal. Thank you to Base Camp Food for that one. They didn't charge me for that, so that was very nice. And then, so basically, food. So for 3 days in there, that's obviously tea in there as well with dry powdered milk. Got to have my milk powder. So I've got porridge for 3 mornings in there, soups for 3 evenings in there. I've got 1, 2, 3 meals. This meal is only 400 calories, so not really very much. These are 600, just under 600. And then I don't know how much that is, but that's quite a bit in there. But I'm probably going to have mine tonight, and then I'll maybe try and do another video on bugger Don. I haven't even started eating yet. So that what was that, Don? Was that a 4.5 out of 5 for this, do you reckon? On the belchometer, and nobody else in the wild camping. Not only does nobody else show you your knickers, but nobody else belches either. I think that's going to be my trademark before long. Oh god. That's my so food. So 3 days of food. There's a bit of mashed potato in there, which I might try and finish up. So that's the porridge, tea and breakfast. That's a packet of crackers. That is dry biscuits, you know, Nutrigrains and that type of thing. And that is Ritz biscuits. And that's all the food. And I should have 2 cheesy things. And that's all the food that I have. Rubbish, don't forget to always take all your rubbish with you. And nighttime stuff there. Given how damp it is, I brought a down quilt, not the PhD quilt, the MLD quilt. It's actually a new one. It's the same as one I already have, but it's the new one. I said to Ron, mine's perfectly functional, but it's got that Velcro, which does get a little bit annoying. Would you mind? Would you mind awfully? So Ron's kind enough to send me stuff, but then that's not really a surprise, is it? As I've been master marketing manager of MLD probably for the last 10 years. So it's probably not a surprise that Ron is being generous. And then the waterproof jacket can just go there. It's going to be dry tomorrow. And that one water. I'm really talking to myself. You can't really see very much because I don't want you to see the crown jewels. The women would get too excited and they'd be flocking around, and the men would switch off from jealousy. Now is the time to find out whether I put the towel in or not. Not through the towel in. Oh yeah, I think I did. Yeah. I've always got. There's always something. Oh dear. I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to put my leggings on, and then I can maybe angle the camera down a bit, and then you won't be looking at the ceiling of this tent quite so much. And to be honest, it feels rather nice just to get, when I'm in the tent, I just like to put nice dry leggings on. Oh. These are the These are Icebreaker 150 merino. They're starting to deteriorate. Keeps a close eye on the thing there. Oh God. Oh, that's it out. Okay. Ooh, yeah. I'll just try and make sure that I'll still try and make sure that nothing's showing. People who watch this must think it's like a pornographic channel or something like that. I'm sure it must be an X-rated channel. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is, that's the quilt. The one thing I didn't do, which hopefully, because we're in a tent, it might not be so bad, to be honest. In my old one, I've got a little bit of a cord that I put through there just to tie it off there, but smell of nice new MLD stuff. Oh, okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shirt off, which is also, yeah, it was so warm I had to have the front of the waterproof open, so of course my front just got damp. But this is another reason why my pack is always, you know, there's always a little bit of weight to my pack, because I carry a very light, it's very sort of small but lightweight complete change of clothes. So, you know, this is merino liner socks. You can't get much lighter than that. Leggings, the lightest merino leggings. They're probably lighter leggings, but these are pretty light leggings. And then a light, you know, a light t-shirt. And that's it. So that's my change of clothes. So I was, you know, soaked. I'm going to blow this up, and then I think I'm going to not necessarily get inside the quilt, but just lie down and relax on this. Now this one is the short one. This is the short version. And I noticed that it's starting there to get very, very close to that seam giving away there. So I hope that it lasts this trip, and I probably won't trust it much beyond this trip. I think what I'm going to do, just for comfort, I don't think I'm going to get in the quilt because I think it's going to be too warm, but I'm just going to get in this sleeping bag liner, this MLD. I can name drop it then, can't I? I've had it for a very, very long time actually, so I'm not trying to flog that. Not too much. Oh, let's get out. Ah. And what I usually find is I like to turn this small mat, this small airbed, upside down. Because I find my hips sit better, you know, with the wider end, you know, where my backside is. And that's it, we're settled in. Okay, right, I'll go and see if Lassie wants to come in. She's nowhere. I might actually be able to leave this door open, to be fair, because it's not, I don't think the rain is going to come in, so I think I'll leave the door open. You can see Lassie there. Just there. Yeah, the rain's not coming in, so actually I'm going to keep the door open. At least I don't think the rain is coming in, I can't say. I can't say it's definitely not. We'll see. Oh. As long as the rain doesn't come in, I'll leave the door open, let's put it that way. Oh. Okay, I'm going to blow my pillow up. There. I'm not sure where to put my towel now, because I could really do with that being inside. There it is. Well, Lassie's half in and half out. I tried to get her in, but she's just awkward like that. I had to do the door back up again because the heavy rain was falling again. So I think we're pretty much limited to having to, you know, stay under cover with the door closed. I think when she's finished eating, I'll try and get her in more properly.